watch a flick with me. Famous scenes with drama queens and heroes up there for us on the silver screen. Come grab a seat, the popcorn is on me.
Hello, welcome to Meet Me at the Movies. Noel T. Manning II here. We appreciate you spending time with us. We've got Greg Tillman back there on the Greg cam now. Tim, I guess Tim just kind of decided after the pandemic he wasn't going to join us anymore. Maybe we'll get him back in. We'll see, maybe. But we're going to have Greg, and hopefully we'll have a mic that Greg, you can actually hear Greg's voice, even though he's not sure if you want to do that or if he won't. Deciding, still deciding. Well, today on the show, we're going to talk about the Reel to Reel Film Festival. We've got Violet Arth joining us, and we also are going to be talking after the break. We had a special a few weeks ago, films of 1996. We got a great response for that. We weren't able to cover everything. We got some non-viewer mail, so we're going to cover that after the break. So please hang around. We're glad you're here. Violet, so good to see you. You are the festival director for Reel to Reel. How many years now that you've been doing this?
How many years have I been doing it?
Have you been doing it?
This will be my 16th.
16th. And we're at 22?
Yeah, this is the
22.
22nd annual Reel to Reel Film Festival.
That is nuts. I mean, I remember when it first started, and I remember Will Eskridge came to me and had this idea of wanting to start this film festival focusing really on North Carolina films at that time, but we found out it was going to be pretty easy to expand that. Yeah. And we did, and it became an international festival that first year, and that's continued.
That's right.
And this year you've got eight countries if you count the United States.
Right, so 7 foreign countries are represented. We have Hungary, Australia, India, the United Kingdom, Belgium, Canada, and I think a couple others.
Yeah, Boiling Springs.
Italy.
Boiling Springs, that's not represented. No.
And then also films from across the United States and 17 North Carolina films.
Wow.
So we're continuing to have a good representation from North Carolina, but also it be a true international film festival. Yeah,
and about a dozen states, as you mentioned,
yes.
Quite a few states as well. Last year, you had to pivot, you had to adapt a little bit. The festival did continue.
That's right.
But it was virtual, and it actually worked out pretty well.
It really did. I couldn't have done it without you and Thomas. So thank you. But yeah, we decided to go fully virtual last year, out of necessity and safety, and it was a success. I'm super glad that we were able to do it, but I'm equally glad that we get to go back to in-person at the Joy Theater this year.
So what are the things you learned last year that maybe helped you look forward to some of the things you may wanted to do even this year or down the road?
One of the things that was new last year were the interviews with filmmakers in advance that Thomas did when he was interning for us. And Austin Buzzard is doing that this year. So, sort of launched our YouTube channel last year, like a lot of other places, and that is continuing this year. So if people go to the Arts Council's YouTube channel, they can see interviews right now with filmmakers that he has done, and also trailers for some of the films.
And the film festival itself, what are the dates?
July 21st through the 24th.
Okay, and that will be at the Joy Performance Theater.
And films start at 7 each night. Then on Saturday at 10 in the morning we have Kids Fest. At 1 p.m. we have the matinee, and then 7 that night we have films. Okay,
so give me the difference between the matinee and the Kids Fest.
Okay, Kids Fest films are made by children 14 and under, specifically for an audience of children like themselves. I think 2 of the films are actually animations from the School of the Arts, but the rest are made by children. There'll be 11 films. It runs just over an hour, maybe like an hour and 1 minute.
Okay.
So it's and that's 11 films in 1 hour. So
okay.
It's fitting for children's attention spans.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you mentioned animation, because that's one of the things that this film festival has had from the beginning. 22 years ago. It's crazy to grasp your arms around that it was 22 years ago. But this film festival wasn't just about shorts, it wasn't just about features, it wasn't just about documentaries. It has numerous categories.
That's right, and so we accept submissions in those 4 categories: documentary, narrative features, narrative shorts, and animations. And this year we will have films, I believe, in all of those categories. And we have both professional and amateur, non-children amateur, but adult amateur animations playing every night of the festival.
Something that I've always appreciated is that the films that you'll see from students or from amateurs, many times those are as good, if not better, than some of the professional work that we see as well.
Oh yeah, and people shouldn't assume just because this is an independent film festival that they're going to see low quality films.
Right.
It's not the case at all. The films are fantastic. I really do hope people will come and be enlightened to that fact.
Now, I think every year that there are certain standout films that grab you. I know that in the past I've served on the screening committee, and I've always been just blown away by some of the work that we see, and I'm always excited to be able to share that with audiences as well. I get even more excited when the filmmakers are able to come, because that's something that happens at a film festival that you don't typically get if you're watching just something at home.
That's right.
Or even if you're going to a theater just to watch a movie that's the newest blockbuster of the week. The filmmakers come and they interact with the audience, and then the Q&A. The Q&As are amazing.
They really are, and that is one of the reasons to come to a film festival. Even though our audiences have wider access to independent film now in their homes, the experience is just different. And I've already gotten confirmation from several filmmakers that they are coming. So Q&As are lining up, and people can check our website, not only to see the lineup of films, to read the synopsis of the films, but to watch trailers and to see which filmmakers will be attending.
Yeah, and last year we weren't able to have the face-to-face. We had the virtual, and you mentioned the YouTube channel where we had the virtual Q&As. And we had quite a few of those.
Yeah.
And so it's nice that we're opening back up, that audiences are feeling a bit more comfortable, and the filmmakers are feeling more comfortable traveling to engage in film festivals as well. That was something last year. I remember talking to the filmmakers. They said, "Oh, we are so excited when that time comes." And this time last year, we weren't doing the festival. We extended it, or
September.
Yeah, it was a later.
Yeah.
Which gave the Arts Council a little time, because we weren't really sure what was going to be happening with the pandemic. We weren't sure about when the vaccines were going to happen. But I think virtual was the way to go last year.
It absolutely was, and we did need those few extra months to make it happen, because it's a completely different thing than we were ever used to producing. So those few extra months were necessary. But I know that not only are the filmmakers excited to be back in a theater with an audience, but I'm excited to be back in a theater with an audience. That's the payoff for me for doing this all year is I love the audience too. So
yeah,
I'm
well,
excited.
I've been able to talk to a few of the audience members who typically come every year. I've bumped into them on the street, and they've been asking about it. So there's this buzz about the film festival being live again, face to face again, and there is that energy. And so I'm excited that we're able to do it and to have it again. So once again, share the dates.
Yep, July 21st through the 24th, 7 p.m. each night, and then on Saturday, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 7 p.m. And then after the final film on Saturday, there will be the wrap party again, where we'll have food, beverages, announce the winners, and audiences can talk with the filmmakers more and mingle with each other and just, discuss what they've seen. And, oh gosh, do I have time to talk about a film or two?
And it's also at Kings Mountain at the Joy Performance Center as well, yes.
That's right, yes. At the renovated Joy Performance Theater that is truly beautiful, and we love having that as our home.
So renovated since last time?
No.
Okay, because I'm like, wait a minute. I thought it was pretty awesome before.
It is, yeah.
And that's something the filmmakers have always talked about, is not just watching their films on the big screen, but also they said this is a great environment to watch a movie, especially one that for many times this is the first time they've ever seen it on a big screen.
Oh, I've heard that a lot. Yeah. And to see it on such a beautiful big screen and with an engaged audience, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, the Q&As are very engaging.
Yeah.
That's something that the filmmakers continue to talk about as well. Good questions. There, you know, it wasn't just us standing and waiting, listening for the crickets in the background, like what happened if Greg was showing up and presenting, you know, a short project. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? Sorry, so sorry.
And filmmakers continue to come back to the festival because of, you know, how inviting our audience is, how inviting Kings Mountain is,
Right.
in the theater. We actually have several returning filmmakers this year. John Gray is back
Yes.
from last year. And,
Award winner from last year.
Award winner, that's right. And one of our animated filmmakers from last year from Australia is back with a new film.
Okay.
And yeah, so, you know, not only do the audience return year after year,
Yeah.
the filmmakers submit their new films every year too.
Yeah, and when that happens, you know that the filmmakers appreciate what's happening, appreciate what the Reel-to-Reel is doing and consistently doing for 22 years now. It's pretty amazing. Other things you want to make sure you share about the festival, or any particular films that you're
Well,
excited to get responses
One of my
from?
favorites is playing on Saturday night. It's
Okay.
called Saving Amelia. I'm not going to give away the twist at the end or anything, but it's a professional short, and it stars two young girls. I would guess their ages are about 9 or 10.
Okay.
Fantastic actresses. They're so charming, and the story is sort of a fantasy, alternate reality, just cute, sweet, heartwarming. I think audiences will love it.
That is something that this festival offers. We talked about the variety of what you're able to see, from animation to documentary to short and feature films, and from professionals and students and amateurs. But it's and they're all mixed in. So you could watch a documentary and then follow it with a
That's
short
right.
film or two. And the diversity and the variety of that, I think, really does appeal to audiences, and that's something that I've heard time and time again,
Yeah.
that they appreciate how it's programmed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope so. Hope they continue to be, you know, to enjoy the programming. We're going to end the festival this year with a documentary called Castle Rock Home.
Okay.
That is just a fantastic documentary about the Appalachian Mountains and the communities there, and it also has some surprises in
Okay.
store for audiences. You know, we think we know the narrative of that area,
Right.
and there's still stuff to learn,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah. Quickly, the most challenging part of getting these films into the time that you have allowed?
Oh gosh, well, because we are submitted to us hundreds of hours of film,
Right.
and can end up programming about 12 and a half hours of
Okay,
film
wow,
over
yeah.
the 4 days, and it's just narrowing it down
Yeah.
because so much good stuff is submitted.
Yeah, and there are many times that some amazing work doesn't make the cut, and it's not because it's
It's sad.
not good enough, but it's because you're limited on time.
Yeah.
So the Reel-to-Reel Film Festival number 22, that's right, 22, that is happening. The dates again?
July 21st through the 24th at the Joy Performance Theater in Kings Mountain.
And how can people get tickets?
Reeltoreelfest.com.
Spell that.
RealToreelfest.com.
Yeah, just look over Violet's shoulder or my shoulder if you need to know how to spell it. We appreciate you spending time with us. Violet, thanks for coming in to
Thank
talk
you for
about
having
this.
me.
And